Alright, hello everyone. So today we have the kits for the characters, but before we do any of the kit explanations, I want to talk about just in general about Walpurgisnacht, because some of you might be new players coming in from the Don Canto, or some of you are joining us because of the announcement of Arc Knight's collab. There are some people that will do that, so I just want to explain what Walpurgisnacht is. So every quarter we get this special banner. It's like Gala from any Side Games game, basically a special banner that only has a specific banner's units. So in this case, we have Walpurgisnacht only units and egos that can be obtained from only the Walpurgis banner, but on the subsequent Walpurgisnacht, the previous ones will all be dispensable from the dispensary. So it's actually very easy to collect a lot of these egos and IDs, even though this is once every quarter, right? So in this case, right, the one thing to take note of is that if you want to increase the chance of getting your magic Bullet Outis, because you cannot dispense from the current Walpurgisnacht. So if you want to increase the chance of getting magic Bullet Outis, you should dispense the Rodion Ego, the Gregor Ego, the Ishmael Ego, and the Masol Ego out first. Once you take out all 4 egos, the next time you hit one ego from the Walpurgisnacht banner, it's 100% Magic Bullet Outis. There's no chance of it being another ego, basically. Because egos in this game cannot be duplicated at all, right? If Solemn Lament Gregor, you have it already, you can never actually get another Solemn Lament Gregor. 100% removed from the possibilities, right? So take note, if you want to increase the odds of hitting the Otis, make sure you get out every single other of the egos first. As for Hong Lu and Heathcliff, these are identities. These have duplicates, so you will be subject to RNG when you're pulling them. It takes 200 pulls to get to the pity, so you will very likely on average need to hit the pity in order to get at least all of them, right? 200 for, I think, both of them is the rough RNG in order to make sure you get both of them, or it could be 1 pity plus maybe 50 or 70 pulls afterwards, something along those lines, if I remember my probability correctly. But yeah, this is how you can try and maximize the chance of getting the on-banner stuff. And for the past ones, you can just pick whichever one you want. The Walpurgis units generally are meant to be synergistic with certain statuses. For example, Regret Faust, she's an AoE Tremor character, but she doesn't really need any support for Tremor. She can actually just Unga Bunga herself. Dawn is a very, very strong Rupture character. Hook Office Fixer is a solid Bleed character. Like, all of these characters here are meant to be used with a certain status. So before you dispense any of them, make sure you check what kind of status they are going to be associated with. Solemn Laments, for example, these are 100% sinking related, so you should get those if you want to run a sinking team in the future. Alright, so that's it about Walpurgisnacht. If you miss it, don't worry, the next one you can just come back and dispense the old ones. We're also getting announcers. Announcers can be duplicated, so that one is just another piece of RNG that you need to go through. And besides that, you can always just pull 200 and get the guaranteed selection, basically. And you can select whatever you want. You can select announcers, I believe. You can also select your egos, and you can select your IDs, right? Dispensary, you can see all the past ones are still available, but the latest ones, they are not available for you. Okay, I think that's going to be it. And then after that, there's going to be an event where we fight the Book of the Church of Gears. And I did say that the gear golems here, these are supposed to be smoke related characters, but from here we can't really see any smoke stuff, so maybe it'll just be poise related. So really, who knows? Right, so I think that's going to be it. Just go and do this event so you can get all of the free resources, and then the event is usually designed for the latest IDs and egos. So if you bring in your Hook Lu, your whatever 7th Bullet Outis, all of them will have extremely good value in these dungeons because they are usually designed for these IDs and egos. Okay, so that is basically all of the stuff for the event. Let's get into the kit reviews. So the kit review here is going to be very long because every single one of them have 2 pages, including the ego. Yes, we finally done it. The egos have 2 pages now. And so the next thing that will happen is an ID will have 3 pages. And then after that, another one will have 3 pages. And then 4 pages, and then 4 pages. How long can we go? Only P-Moon can tell me what will happen near the end of this creep cycle. Holy shit, man. Look at that. One page is just 8 skills. And then the next page is just another page for the passives. Alright, so it's a lot of stuff to go through. I think the best way to explain these characters is to start off with the passives. So how this works is that Hong Lu and Heathcliff are meant to be run together. They have very good synergy with each other with this tactical fire support ability. Heathcliff has a certain version of it on himself as well, but it triggers support attacks from Hong Lu. While for Hong Lu, he triggers support attacks from Heathcliff. So both of them are supporting each other in their fighting. I think that's a very, very cool design and very well done. So if Heathcliff is in Overwatch assignment, which means he's not on the field or has been deployed as a backup unit, as you can see, and power Hong Lu's skill 2 and skill 3. Straight up, I believe it gives him an additional +1 coin. So that is really good. Oh my goodness. In addition, for some reason, Hong Lu has poise potency gain at combat start as well as poise count at combat start, just to give him additional starting poise, which will help him because he is a poise character. Gain poise, gain poise, gain poise, gain poise count, gain poise count. This character here is going to be a poise focused character, does a lot of Unga Bunga stuff, and if Heathcliff is in the background, increases this guy's coin power. Look at his coins. It is 333 by default, and then later 244 if you run out of bullets or you enhance your skills, right? So this shit here looks absolutely disgusting. Hong Lu is getting a very banger ID off the bat from what I can tell. The passive here is that when you flip a coin that consumes ammo, when you run out, the attack is not cancelled. Straight up, Rabbit Heathcliff, nah, I'm different. I'm Hong Lu. I'm going to use my sword to replace the missing coins. But take note, your coins on hit effects just do not activate instead. So, for example, if you look at skill 1 here, which is you gain poise and gain poise if you spend the ammo, it means that you just won't gain poise anymore, but you will still do your triple hit. So that is pretty damn cool. So you won't be able to build up your poise anymore, but you will be able to just do your Unga Bunga with your 1, 2, 3 still. So your coin power always stays basically the same. It's just the gains that will be affected. Your gain of poise, your inflict bind, your inflict attack power down, etc. Alright, so with all of that said, that's pretty much what this character is, right? Don't need to worry too much about ammo. Synergize super well with Heathcliff. And he triggers target spotted. Target spotted lets him get extra attacks from Heathcliff. Heathcliff will use his skill 2 against the same enemy that Unit A targets. So it's like, I hit this guy, and then Heathcliff shoots that guy. And then when Heathcliff shoots another person, you can also trigger a support attack from your Hong Lu. So I think that this is just a great partnership between the two of them. So you can see that they are definitely working together. They are a team, right? So this is a super, super cool design. For skill 2, what happens is that skill 1 is just a simple skill to understand, so you can just read it yourself. But skill 2 is interesting. So basically, you want to resonate with these characters here. It will add additional chance for target spotted, which is the support attack. So it's a bit like Ahab. Ahab design is that if you get all pride resonance, you increase the chance of getting a support attack. The skill 1 will happen from one of the characters. But for this, it's specifically Heathcliff will use his skill 2 to shoot the same target that you are shooting at as an unopposed attack, which is very, very cool. Right? You also gain base power for every X ammo about to be spent by this skill, and you also gain all this poise stuff. You also deal ammo spent times X% more damage, additional on critical hit, and deal more damage on critical hit, and bind and attack power down. So it's just a bunch of stuff. And for this one, you deal more damage on critical hit with the 4th coin. And as we know, if you have a 4th coin, it's just really, really damn strong. On Clash Loose, you gain final power, which is a very interesting thing to see here. So I don't really know what this one is used for, but in general, this thing here, the enhanced form, is going to be active only, I believe, when Heathcliff is off the field. And then this one will be the default, but since you can trigger target spotted, it also triggers another attack from Heathcliff. So it's basically 4 here and 4 here as well. It's just that the 4th here is going to be from Heathcliff's skill 2, not from your own coin over here. So I think that's quite an interesting way to still make this guy super strong when they're on the field and super strong when they're off the field. Like Hong Lu is a beast, like he's 100% a beast. A 2-4-4 coin line, that's like unbeatable, man. It's unbeatable, right? Skill 3, full stop to life. You gain base power for every X ammo about to be spent by this skill. And if Heathcliff is on the field, screw the resonance. We are target spotting this 100%. You gain poise and poise count. You spend ammo again, you deal more damage, you raise target stagger threshold by a lot, and if the unit is staggered, you deal more damage on crit, and you inflict bind next turn, and you inflict pierce fragility now. But when you inflict this now, it means that Heathcliff gets to shoot, and Heathcliff is also a piercing character, so he gets to get the benefit from this 100% no matter whether he's after or before, because the follow-up attack is always triggered by target spotted. So that shit is so peak. Like, this is amazing design. I love it so much. And then the defense skill, if you run out of ammo, you just change to the counter skill Beyond the Shadow, which is, I believe, a card from Ruina as well, right? And Beyond the Shadow, turn and reload. Oh my god. He has a reload in his kit. I believe we saw that, yes, in the trailer. But when you use this counter, you gain poise count, poise potency, and deal more damage on crit. Oh my goodness, dude. The poise gains on this character. He has count here, count here, count here, count here. And poise potency here, poise potency here, poise potency here, potency here. Like, he has... It's all in his kit. It's all innately inside of his kit. So he doesn't even need other people to feed him. He just wants to kind of resonate with the gloom. That's really all he must have in order to increase the odds of getting the target spotted. But even then, his skill tree guarantees target spotted, and it has pierce rigidity for the follow-up. This character is peak. It's so peak. And now that we talked about him, we gotta talk about his buddy, because Heathcliff is going to be an important part of this character. The entire second page here is not even the passive, it's the extra statuses that he has. Right. So we saw the Atelier Logic ammo where it shoots out the bullet and then the bullet shoots out another bullet. So he has bullet squared, right? So you only get one of these, one Atelier Logic bullet, right? You also have Concentration Sniper, which gains 1 stack at turn end. This is basically a representation of Heathcliff concentrating as he's aiming down the sights. Right, so you will build this up and then you will spend it later for a big skill tree. Your skill tree will use this bullet to activate a special skill one time only. You cannot actually gain this bullet back from what I can understand. You only get 1 shot for this thing here. So you want to try and get maximum concentration before you fire the last bullet here. Next, melee support, as I said before, while Hong Lu has the follow-up from his ally with the target spotted, Heathcliff has the melee support. If he is in trouble, he can request assistance from Hong Lu to attack the target. So that is very, very cool. Next, the Overwatch assignment. So when this triggers, you will retreat from the encounter and you also recover from stagger unless forced stagger like a gaze. Chroma's gaze will force you into stagger, but it doesn't really count as a actual stagger, like when you damage the guy's health bar and whatnot. It's a forced stagger, like guaranteed stagger. So that's the one situation it's talking about here. And you will retreat, and then when you come back, you will reload all of your bullets and you will get max concentration. And you can even start at the back and then come to the front and you also get maximum concentration. So I think that is very, very cool that you can use him either at the back at the start, or you can use him at the front and then retreat him and then make him come back later on. I think that is super cool design for this character. It's really damn cool. And because this character can retreat and come back, you can actually use the Deviats with him and you can cycle him in and out with the other characters. So I think that is quite a nice little synergy that could happen if you want to do some sort of back and forth swapping with each other. Since Deviats can't stay for too long, neither can Heathcliff stay for too long because he will run out of bullets eventually, right? So now we can actually look at his passives, right? So the passive is that at counter start, he just straight up gets Pierce power up. He gains 1 ammo of Atelier Logic forever. There's like no other way to get Atelier Logic. Even when you come back in, right, you only reload, but you don't get Atelier Logic ammo back. So you only have 1 shot. It's just 1 shot for this one. And if the unit does not have any remaining ammo at the end of turn, you will retreat automatically. Right, so that is the thing to note here for this character. You will dump your ammo, and then after that, you will peace out for a little bit, but you will still be providing backup to your Hong Lu, and he'll be able to get the enhanced skills of his 2 and his 3 here. Just such a cool design for a character, really such a cool design. The passive here, turn end, gain haste next turn based on poise. If unit is not set to use any attack skills, you apply poise to one ally with the least poise potency. Oh, hey, look, it's this guy over here. And then if this unit did not use any attack skills, you gain poise and pierce power up next turn. So you could use your evasion skill to just give yourself an additional poise and pierce power up next turn. So what happens with your defense skill is that at 0 ammo, this skill will activate as taking cover instead, and it will request melee support from Hong Lu. And on evasion, you gain poise and you also gain concentration sniper. So when you are evading, basically not taking any attack actions, you will build up this concentration sniper. And then your skill tree will be the one that consumes your concentration sniper to increase your damage and give you more poise potency. Basically, if you build up enough sniper shots, your skill tree going for the bullseye can hit a guaranteed critical. That's what I think the design is going to be like. And what happens here is that you activate taking cover, you request the melee support. You can also inflict a special new status, pierce resist down. So you can actually pierce resist down, and this is quite important because of one of his skills here, where you are actually activating this targets pierce resistance times X%. So this is a new scaling that I don't think we've ever seen before. So you want to pierce resist down people with either your skill 2 or your defense skill, and then your skill 3 comes out with the Atelier Bullet, which will activate the pulverization round instead of this one, right? If you have this ammo over here, you will use this, and what happens is that you consume all concentration sniper on yourself. You, based on the stack consume, you gain poise, potency, and deal more damage. You spend the ammo, you deal more damage on crit, you deal target pierce rest times X% more damage, and at X plus poise potency, you consume your excess poise potency, and then you deal more damage. So this character is also a poise character, also loves to be fed a lot of poise, and the skill tree is only to be used once you build up a sufficient number of concentration sniper stacks to finish off one target. So this shit here, really cool. Use your guard skills to build up concentration snipers. You will build up naturally, so you can just play the entire game. Your skill 2 naturally consumes bullets, so that means that if you use him on the field, Hong Lu will trigger support attacks, which triggers this thing over here, which gives you poise and poise count and haste and deal more damage if you're faster, and also spends your ammo and also inflicts the pierce resist down to the target. So you can debuff them for Hong Lu to hit, and Hong Lu triggers your attack, which also debuffs the target, and you keep piercing him down. It's so cool. It's such a great synergy. It's so damn awesome. I love this shit. It's so good. And then when you've done all this crap and you're running out of ammo, you fire your big ass bullet and kill them with the bullet squad shot here with this 3-1. It's so cool. The fact that you're using this skill with the Hong Lu to just buff each other, it's so synergistic. I love it. I love it. Okay, alright. So yeah, this character with this character here, super good. Oh my goodness, it looks so slick. They cooked with this one. They really cooked with this one. It's so fun. And it doesn't even end there, because this ego is pretty ridiculous, because like some people have predicted with me, basically there's different animations and there's different targeting logics, and it represents how many bullets that you have on yourself in order to determine which one you're actually shooting, which is why there's a whole second page of all of the bullets, right? So for Otis, right, there's a bunch of stuff here that you enjoy. If target is defeated, inflict Dark Flame on all enemies with burn. Inflict burn equal to bullet, inflict Dark Flame equal to magic bullet. Oh my goodness. So even if you want to just spread the love with this magic bullet over here, just use this, because on hit you're inflicting Dark Flame. And guess what? On certain bullets, you actually deal damage to multiple targets, so you can Dark Flame a lot of people, and you're also inflicting burn equal to the magic bullet as well as the Dark Flame. So you're just spreading the love if you can get additional bullets so that you can spread attack weight. Because I believe the third one and the second one, they are AoE already. The second one, you don't hit the main target, but you hit everything other than the main target. So good for wave battles. And then the third magic bullet, it gains attack weight, also lets you do AoE. Your fourth one also is attack weight. Your fifth one is also attack weight. So you are able to basically do a bunch of AoE once you get to the second bullet onwards. The second bullet just has a weird targeting logic where you don't shoot the main target only, right? So this thing here, super cool, great AoE addition to a very single target focus ID, right? And then the passive, on hit with base attacks, we inflict a burn, scaling on your magic bullet. Very nice. Then if it's the magic bullet ID, you straight up inflict burn equal to magic bullet instead. If target has X plus burn, you inflict Dark Flame instead. Oh my god, that's so much Dark Flame. Oh my goodness, it's so awesome. It's so awesome. You gave her AoE capability, you gave her a way to kind of get bullets at 0 bullets, and then you also gave her a way to just straight up inflict Dark Flame just by hitting people with burn on them. And the burn team already has very good ability to apply burn, which means that you are just going to get Dark Flame application plus the Dark Flame that's already on the character's ID, right? So this is already super good. It's not the +1 bullet per shot or whatever that I was talking about, but it is very synergistic because of this part here also. You still gain magic bullet by your highest resonance. Oh my goodness, it's so good. It helps to build up your magic bullet. It helps to do AoE for a character that was not going to AoE. It helps to inflict burn. It helps to inflict Dark Flame. It helps you to do Dark Flame on the passive also. Like even if it's just +1, it means that your skill 1 will apply 2 Dark Flame instead of 1 Dark Flame. That is already so good. Like this is an amazing ego. And the AoE capabilities, the flexibility, right? Once you get past the first one, you're just AoE. And then once you get to the 6th one, it has reuse coin. It has a reuse coin on the damn thing. It's gonna be so so goated. But then look at this, it's loose plus coin skill base power. So you actually, looks like from what I can tell, once you get to the 6th and 7th, right, you're starting to sacrifice your own life already. So at the 6th one, you do crazy amounts of reuse coin for every X burn. On hit, you also raise target stagger threshold, and this is AoE. This is an AoE attack. And at the 7th one, you deal more damage. You deal more damage for missing health, and it also does the thing from the page in Ruina, where you make the enemy's pierce damage resistance go to fatal and yourself. And then after the attack, you kill yourself. Like, holy shit, this thing here, I don't know how you can actually damage a reuse coin skill here, but this thing changes the enemy to pierce fatal and then shoots him. And it does damage based on missing HP. And we know how busted this is because Chef's I Can Cook Anything is also missing HP base, which is how she gets some ridiculous damage numbers. Which is why this ego having this on the 7th actually might make it a disgusting boss killer. Since the boss is gonna die and Otis is gonna die and you revive at the next node, for example, just go and shoot this 7 magic bullet and just kill your Otis and then just use something else for the next fight, or let her revive and then use her again. Like, oh my goodness, dude, such an amazing design for an ego and amazing designs for the IDs. How did they cook so hard? It's crazy. Every Walpurgisnacht, the IDs and egos just get crazier and crazier. So I think I went to find some of the references here. So Dark Flame, literally it's called Dark Flame. It makes the enemy go from endured ineffective into weak and fatal. And then you also gain 1 to 2 haste and 2 to 4 strength each scene. And then for the free shoots, the ego weapon itself is supposed to be a WoW weapon, but in this case, it seems to be a He ego. Although I thought it was supposed to be the weapon that we're equipping, but it's actually the, I don't know. I guess we're synchronizing. I don't really know. It's either synchronized or we are equipping the WoW weapon, but it's actually a He weapon now. So I don't really know what's going on here. But whatever. That one's like lobotomy corp, not so important. Summary here is that this is awesome. These two are awesome. And Pierce is definitely on the menu. Look at how much pride each of them have, by the way. It's pride here, pride here, pride here, pride on defense, and then the Otis ID and ego is also going to be pride. So if you want to run a Pierce team, holy shit, man, you have your pride Pierce team, run with the Ahab for more poise, blind obsession. Okay, we are cooking super hard with this. Add in some Blade Lineage Assault because why not? And then just add some of the other Blade Lineage gang because we are all pride on this blessed day. Oh my goodness, this banner is so good. I'm 100% pulling. I don't care if the Arc Knights pool is going to get nuked here. I estimate I will need to use around like 24k lunacy around there maybe in order to make sure I get all of them. But yeah, I mean, hopefully my luck is good and I can get it earlier, and I hope I don't get like the EGO curse and just have to pull like 2 pities in order to get everything. That's gonna suck. Well, okay, I think that's really going to be it for this kit review. Everything here is just beautiful. This buffs Bullet Outis, gives her everything that she wants. More bullet, more AoE, more dark flame application. Oh my goodness, it's so disgusting. And then these two synergy with each other is a dream. I can't believe it's so synergistic with each other. It's so beautiful. It's actually so beautiful. And it's not even like a specific status. They could probably just work by themselves, right? Because this one still just wants Gloom Resonance, but if you do Pride Resonance or you do any other resonance, you can still trigger the target spotted, so it's still fine. I feel like these two IDs are going to be very Unga Bunga by themselves. It's just that if you run with the Pride gang and the Poise gang, you will be able to get a little bit more value than if you were to run them Unga Bunga. But for now, I'll just wait until the coin power is released and then I'll talk more about these characters later on. So yeah, my initial thoughts of everything here is amazing and everyone has to pull this banner because it's so damn good. If you are going to be more frugal, however, you might want to take the 3-month wait and save your lunacy for Arc Knights if you don't have a sizable stash. I have 50k lunacy because I've been saving up recently, so I am able to go and dump it on these kind of banners. But for some people, they might not have enough pool or they don't have all of the egos dispensed, so it might be harder for them to get the Arc Knights collab stuff. Right. Anyway, that one's for later on. For now, all I can say is that this shit here is peak. It's all peak. It's all peak. Okay, so I think that's going to be it. If I missed anything, feel free to let me know. Oh my goodness, I can't wait to cook with this one. Hong Lu, once again, winning ID. And then Heathcliff has another ammo ID, but he can reload by going home and then coming back with more ammo. Like, oh my goodness, it's so damn nice. It's so damn nice. Okay, I think that's going to be it for this video, guys. Thanks for watching, and I shall see you guys next time. Bye-bye.